Donald Trump has just about clinched the Republican presidential nomination, but his path to the November election may be anything but smooth.
I think Donald Trump is in a huge amount of legal peril.
Legal expert Doug Spencer with the University of Colorado Boulder says 4 current criminal cases, together with financial penalties already imposed on Trump in civil matters, represent a big threat to him both personally and politically.
There's really not one area of the criminal justice system or our civil justice system that's not going after him.
3 of the cases have already experienced significant delays. The 4th, a New York trial, is set to begin March 25th. As of now,
these things really do feel like they're being slow walked, which is unfortunate for, I think, everybody, except perhaps Donald Trump.
Ian Farrell with the University of Denver believes most of the cases against Trump are strong. He thinks delay is probably his best legal strategy.
If this was any other defendant, especially if it was a poor person of color in the criminal legal system, all this would have been done months ago and not in the defendant's favor.
Trump has a strong incentive to delay. He'd likely move to get rid of his 2 federal cases if elected president. He'd also prefer not to have a case proceed to trial or conviction before the election.
What happens once a case starts is it moves from kind of this theoretical specter hovering over him.
2, Joshua Wilson of the University of Denver says, something much more real and concrete to voters, those who haven't made up their minds already.
Yes, I expect this to be a close election and expect information like this to potentially matter significantly in the outcome of that election.
A number of variables remain. Will a prosecutor be removed from the Georgia case for ethical reasons, possibly scuttling that trial?
In a normal world, the chances of her being removed would be next to 0.
Will the Supreme Court rule Trump is immune from prosecution for certain acts he committed as president? And if it rules he's not, will a Washington, D.C. judge go ahead with a so-called January 6th trial right before the election?
I don't see that she'll have a change of heart for some reason because it's September.
Voters hoping to get some clarity from these legal cases prior to casting their ballots may be out of luck.
It's already incredibly messy, and I think it will continue to be messy. I would, at this point, be surprised if any of them were concluded before the election.
The Trump legal landscape will likely stretch well beyond it. In fact,
there's nothing in our law that prevents somebody from serving as president in prison or jail.
Safe to say it's an unprecedented time for this country. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Denver.
Step to the right.